plus the mouse. I thoughts on episode 2 of the Santa Clauses. Woo! Okay. It was a little bit more heartfelt, a little bit more emotional. Oh, I now officially hate Noel, but we won't go into that a bit. We won't go there. Just hate the guy. But yeah, so it looks like Santa's retiring. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So we pick up what happened in the end of the first episode, and we definitely get confirmed that Scott actually did fall off the roof. It wasn't just a nod back to 1994. No, he actually did fall off the roof. But he's not melted away. So he's not dead. Well, not yet, anyway. Oh dear. So that means it's the second year in a row that obviously Scott's had a problem with being Santa Claus. Oh my god, the cheek he had to come back to North Pole and just pretend, oh, wasn't that a wonderful year? Let's go for 30 next year, same time, same place. You'd be sure, but no way, that's the start of countdown. You know what I mean? That's me. We've all done really great. See you next year and all that. Oh, come on. They all knew. You saw them in their control room, literally panicking like, down. So they all knew. There was no trying to hold wings around them this time. They all knew. So eventually you had to let the cat out of the bag and be like, actually, well, do you know what? What's the problem? Benny, with me now. Conference. And so this is where Betty reveals I'm not going to even try to attempt its actual proper name because as we saw in the episode with Scott himself, he couldn't even pronounce it, and he's supposed to be Santa. So I'm not even going to try and attempt it. I mean, Betty did say it was Latin. Oh God, why always Latin? For a lot of people here in England, in this country, they have hot nightmares from Latin, from school. Even I had to do a year of Latin. But it was for history. It wasn't for language. It was actually for history. In year 3, we did half. We did a lot of mythology for history in year 3. We did half of the year. We did Egyptian, and the other half of the year we did Roman. So for the whole of year 3, I had to learn Latin because we were doing the Roman history and history. Oh my god, it's really, really hard. I hated every single bit of it, and honestly, so I was year 3, 2005, 2006. I was year 3. I don't remember any of it. Why did it have to be Latin? Oh yeah. So I really loved how Scott was literally struggling to pronounce it because we all struggle with Latin. We just can't do it. We just cannot pronounce Latin. Yeah. So I'm going to refer to it as the retirement clause because I'm not even going to dare try and pronounce its proper title. I mean, if Scott struggled to say that when he was sober, try saying that I'd had one too many. At your local Wetherspoons. Ooh-dee-la! Right. So, apparently there is... Well, we already know there is kind of a retirement clause. Because I was in Santa Claus 3, there was the escape clause, which basically meant you could go back to the very night that you became Santa and undo it. But this is... Well, as we know, that was a time travel and mess that created. This is actually different. This is a more easy, clean breakaway. Because it's basically you just retire, and obviously you have to hand the job to somebody. So you've got to choose your own successor. What the hell that goes, doesn't it? Won't go there. We won't go there. But it's this big convenient time when this is timing that this episode just came out. Ooh, a few days before something major was going to happen at the House of Mouse. Ooh, what could it be? Won't go. Not going there. Not going there. Not going there. Not going there. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah. So, and he actually, really actually is considering it. He actually really does actually think, well, okay. Well, he sort of at first doesn't consider it. He tries to find a way around the clause so that he can hand the job over and still stay at the North Pole. And interestingly, he never actually asks Betty that at all. You know? I mean, she seems to have been very, very quick on the job. Like, right, okay, here you go, here's your bind, here's all the list of candidates and everything. But you never really sort of approached that question, you know, is there a way for me to still stay? Well, I guess we'll never know. But yeah, so he actually, at first he does consider it, but he first tries to find a way around it, and so actually suggests his son Charlie could be the ideal candidate, and we actually do get to see Charlie. So he gets to make a nice little guest appearance. Lovely to see. And you really actually see he's actually settled down. He's got a family. He's got a bit of his own. He's got a wife who I think it's better to say wears the pants in the relationship. It's a heterosexual couple relationship. You know how those always go. Because she was like, no, tell him no. Tell him no, I'm not going to Greenland. It's like, no, she just clears up. And I was with Scott thinking, it's been what, 28, 29 years now? Because obviously they've now moved ahead a year. Have you not told her? It's like, come on. It's like, that should have been the first minute they've done a relationship. You know? Whether or not she would have bought it, who knows? But, oh dear Lord. Yeah. So, what was quite interesting though is, well, it was nice to see Charlie again. I had a feeling he was going to tear it down straight away beforehand, because otherwise this would have been a very, very short show, as it probably is. I mean, it is a limited series, but it would have been very short if actually Charlie said, yep, I'll do it. I didn't think he was going to do it. So I wasn't surprised when Charlie actually turned his barber down and actually said, well, because, you know, it's the North Pole, it's not really the ideal place to raise the kids. And bravo, Charlie! He's exactly hit it on the head. He's actually hit it on the head. And, well, the last episode, I was very critical about Scott's children, about how they literally are a bunch of moaners. They need to get a life! The pair of them! So I've not been really So I haven't been sort of fair on Scott's kids, but do you know what? Charlie actually hit it on the head. Look at them. They're miserable. They're a bunch of empty shells. Seriously. And it's because they are living in the North Pole, which is not the ideal place to raise your children. And so actually, you know what? Charlie's actually hit it on the head. Bravo! So well done to him. So unfortunately, no, he's out. And Scott leaves. Basically trying to basically tell you, bitch, tell her the truth. I'm going out. Nice to see you again. Bye. Best of the day. Tell the bitch. Oh, I'd actually love to see him again, just so I can see if his wife actually does now know or not. But anyway. Back to the North Pole. And with Charlie now out, you're definitely left wondering, right, with Scott, is he not? Is he not? Is he going to retire? Is he not going to retire? He's still trying to find a way around the clause so he can stay and give it up. And thinks, you know what? Let's keep it in the family. Right, we'll go down the pecking order. My son said, no. Okay. Next up, my grandson. No, not my grandson. Oh god, it's confusing now. Sorry. My own child. Sorry, because it's because Charlie's got kids of his own, so I was thinking, so I skipped a couple. Right, no, sorry. So Charlie's gone, no. So eldest son, no. Let's go down the pecking order. Youngest son, he'll do it. And you see, in the rain, in the sleigh, let's try to have a father some bonding time. Nope. that does not go down well either. No. Oh dear. So nope. So you're left wondering for the rest of the episode, right? Is he not? Is he not? And eventually, with that family meeting, which kind of quite heartfelt, and Scott actually realised, well, actually, I need to do what's best, not just for my family, but also for the holiday itself. And then eventually, towards the end, we have that group, we have that meeting! Board staff meeting! Staff meeting! Why was nobody there with a bell literally going, staff meeting! Staff meeting! We needed someone to have done that. That would have been great. Everyone's gathered. And eventually he does tell the news to the whole workforce. I'm retiring! And they all take it really, really badly. But just love Scott's like that to go, yes! I matter! Just no sympathy. He's just made all these his workforce quite like, no, yes, they're crying. I matter to them. Woohoo! Oh dear, oh dear. That's probably not the best way you should have to react to it. But just lots of actors like, yes, they care about me. I've made them cry. Oh, hold on, what do you want? A paper? What? A ribbon? Look at me, Scott Calvin, made children cry. Oh, but yes. So he's retiring, officially retiring, and he's going to be now, because obviously part of the course you've got to choose your successor. No, that's going to go wrong. So I'm guessing next episode we're going to see Scott trying to, it's going to go all apprentice style now. Get Linda. Get Claude, Mike, Claudine, Linda there now. They will help you out, no problem. They'll sort the week for the chap. Get them there. So yes, that's interesting. I've got a funny feeling the wrong person's going to get chosen. I just feel they're going to drag this out and the wrong person's just going to get chosen. So, speaking of a potential candidate, this family that we saw at the beginning of last week's episode, so the dad's now called Simon. I've looked his name up. He's called Simon. So he has this business and it's a delivery system. So he's at this board meeting. Bring your daughter to work day. So Grace is there to watch it. So I try to pitch the investors this meeting about another way to improve the business by having drones. Yeah, it's always going to backfire with drones. And they get home, and well, Grace is actually starting to ask you, do you or do you not believe in Santa Claus? Do you not? And he's like, well, I don't want to, but I kind of maybe, because he did try and did see something in the end of during the last episode. So the episode ends with all their room decorated lovely Christmassy, and then the elves arrive and actually take them to the North Pole. So here we go. So basically that's me now thinking, okay, so Simon's going to be a candidate. But would he fit the bill? Because what we see from him so far, yeah, he means well, but I'm just not sure if he's going to be the right person for it. It'd be interesting to see how he does in the next episode in his interview, or whatever he has to do to try, or whatever these candidates have to do to impress Santa. Well, to impress Scott now. It'll be interesting what they have to do, but I'm just not sure if Simon's going to fit the bill. So it'll be very interesting to see how he does, along with all the other candidates next week. Particularly if Grace will be able to cope with the North Pole, because as we saw from Scott's kids, it's not the best place for his children. That's the big takeaway we got from this episode, isn't it? The North Pole's not a great place to welcome children to live. Well, Yeah, I think we've gathered that. But yeah. But on the whole, what I realised was how there was a lot more emotion to it, a little bit more, it was a bit more heartfelt. Although, for goodness sake, Carol, she's still keeping the wokeness from last week alive. Stop it! Stop it! Christmas is not a time for wokeness, alright? So it's like, for goodness sake, Carol, she's feeling a bit undervalued and underused. Well, you think that now, love. Just wait until you're out of there. Because you're going to feel a bit more underused and unbad and unappreciated, visible there, love. So it's like, oh, for goodness sake, stop it! Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah. But I think it was more heartfelt, a lot more emotion went into it than I think last week. But yeah, so spread the news. Scott's retiring. And so it's going to be very interesting to see if in the next episode, is he going to be on the hunt for his successor? We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so great to see Charlie again. Interested to see how he's now settled down and everything, but basically lying. I'd love to have him come back just so we can see his wife now. I got told. Yeah, but Scott's other children, well, they clearly are wanting to have more than what they've got. They're like, we don't want to be just known as shells. We want to have to grow. We want to have to bear them. Because that's it. But, yeah, so we're interested to see what's going to happen next week. Who's going to become the next Santa. And all the elves actually welcome with open arms. Because they didn't take it well! For me, before we go, my two big favourite bits from the episode was, the first one was because Scott tried to pronounce what the clause was. Couldn't do it. And then the next one was when he said to all the workforce retiring, and they were all literally in tears and literally combusting. He was like, yes, I do matter. Oh, that was brilliant. Oh. Okay. So, thank you so much for joining us for today's show. If you loved it, do click the like button. If you're not subscribed, so check out, click the subscribe button. That will ask you never see when you come out, including by us plus the mouse. You can ring the bell to know there's content, and also my YouTube channel is at George Hand. Until next time, all you heard me say is au revoir.